It should have said it too. It did not say that.
It didn't say nothing. They give me like no warning, nothing. My hair's still a little wet. Gotta wet this stuff to keep it looking right. Oh, is that hanging out? Oh, let it be straight.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend.
Oh, I got that over there already. Forget it.
I wouldn't go back to Cancun just to go there.
Oh wow, so it was good.
It is very pricey.
Oh, okay.
It is very pricey, but like it's the vibes.
Now why would I leave the all inclusive for a very pricey restaurant?
No, I feel that. I feel you gotta want all inclusive then, but
But if it's worth it, I'll pay for food that's worth it. I hate spending my money in trash or it's the aesthetics and not the food.
It's okay. I'll say it's more aesthetic. It's more aesthetic. The food was not bad though.
Okay.
The food was not bad, but it was more like aesthetic, the fireworks going.
Thank you.
Saloon that everybody needs. Yeah. It's like that. I haven't been. I just always see the video.
And then I have to set up for my podcast tomorrow. Thank God they allow me to use this space.
I'm looking up on TikTok. You know TikTok.
Let me make sure.
Oh yeah. I sent you one. Actually.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it.
Well. All that time I've been doing the YouTube lives, they've been on private. They were never like unlisted. That's what it was.
So they were not being shown to the public?
No.
Nobody was seeing them?
No.
Oh.
Zero. I guess I could take it off. I don't even know if I can. I just happened to look at this today to see. Let me see what's happening. And then when I saw that unlisted, I was like, oh. So, yeah. Yeah. I learned it now. I think I've learned something. Mm-hmm. Ha, thank you. I'm hoping I can make it with this hair. I'm trying to do it through the summer, but I don't know. It's a bit of work. Yeah. Thank you. You know, you can just straighten it and be done. Hello. What? Hi. Wow. Let's see what we have here. I don't know if you got it where you can get rid of people out of here sometimes, you know. So, yeah. Ooh, y'all do hearts here too. This is like my first time actually doing the live right. Because I had been doing it was on unlisted. It wasn't on public. So, I had no clue. I didn't know. Thank you, Iranian. Okay. Good to see you. Hello, everyone. Roblox and Jared, and how you doing? Mark, hi. So yeah, I am. Wait, he asked me a question. Oh, I am from Florida. And right now I'm here in Orlando, getting ready to go over the topics for the show tonight with the producer, and that's what's gonna happen. So they're allowing me to record while we do the show, and so I'm gonna just put my stick out here and just yeah, and then y'all see everybody come in. Hey, look at you, Miss Judy.
Late.
Aha! Well, according to time.
We are. I just got to work.
Okay, can we see Junie over there? Let me see. We're not gonna be able to see everybody. Let me put it back this way. Is this too far though? Cause nobody can see nothing this far. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, we setting up for the show now. Can we see? Oh,
Oh, look your hair.
try to get everybody in there. Thank you.
You got too much junk in the trunk.
Junk in the trunk. The recipe.
Okay.
That might be genetics. Did I do that? Oh, not on that side. Oh, right. Are we're talking about Shannon Sharp today, aren't we? Oh, we're not. Oh, maybe that was something I was talking about. But I was looking at the. Oh, we talk about prom. That's the first topic.
That's the third one.
The third topic, prom.
Am I in love?
What's the first one? T.D. Jakes and his daughter and
Of course
the
I recorded.
son-in-law taking over the ministry. Okay, that's good. Yes. Yes.
Now, this because he was sick or because the Diddy allegations?
We gonna act like we grew up in church today, all right?
Are we?
I did grow up in church. Be in church.
Get all of that.
Then we gonna act real rowdy then. To be like a PK kid. Be real rowdy. Ooh. Why am I all the way over here? Oh.
It was too close.
Oh, I feel like I'm like, woo.
Thank you, y'all. Hallelujah. A woman here.
Oh my God, look at you. You got your lashes, honey. She ready for vacation. You look good,
I need
honey.
to stress. I actually have to do my lashes next week.
Okay.
Can you let them know I sent it? I completely forgot about that.
I'll do them probably over the weekend or on Monday.
Got this stupid song stuck in my head now, I'm acting a fool.
You always got a song stuck in your head. Always.
I'm coming right now, counter, because you ready for me and I ain't figured. Let me put my mascara on.
You need next. She kicked you out? Oh, because she was on the phone probably.
She left out of the room because we were on lives.
Yeah.
And she hung up
Yeah.
and then got back on the phone.
Right.
I guess I shouldn't be saying that again. They ain't gonna watch my live. Maybe. I was like, what?
What happened?
So she was like, see, I shouldn't be saying it on the live. Oh.
You live?
Yeah.
Oh, you are live.
Yes. Well,
But if somebody live, somebody watches, because they can't see that. Like right after, it was hilarious.
Y'all might have to tell me after.
She can't.
She said,
And it's me going looking at your phone trying to see your list.
she was on the phone and said, I gotta go.
Oh shoot.
Because I gotta get dressed. Because I gotta get late. Hung up. Then we hear another call happen.
Me in so
And so we just turned to each other and started laughing. So she said, I gotta leave. She said, I gotta leave because it's not safe around here.
I
It's
got
not
my
safe.
lipstick, but not lip gloss.
Somebody.
I keep forgetting and putting my purse down.
They all look nice. We gonna sit it in the seat like we normally do. We're gonna sit it in the seat. Yeah, don't put that on my back, please. Please don't put that on my back. Set it in the seat. I better warm it out.
Oh.
Girl, that is a big old booty girl.
No, excuse my petty line because I was
You
very
finna take that food on the road, honey. Whatever I'm going this weekend.
Girl, nowhere, but next week you're gonna be in Mexico.
Oh, big booty girl.
Not on the curve.
Yeah, you better buy that booty its own plane ticket.
Y'all know where y'all can catch the show.
Hey, why, speaking of that, why my long sister, her and her girlfriend had went to Mexico the same resort I'm going to, and it's like an adult only, so her girlfriend was like, yeah, I wore like all thongs, some suits, and da-da-da. She's like, and I was showing them like my Shein card before I ordered it, and she's like, do you not wear like thongs and suits? I was like, girl, yeah, like, it's bad enough in regular. She was like, well, yeah, oh yeah, I don't got none. I was like, yeah, it's different when you got some.
If anything, you can put that butt in with a head up, honey. You can't put that in no thong, baby, because they gonna say you ain't had no underwear on.
Listen, I got one thong swimsuit, and I was so like kind of uncomfortable wearing it. I was like, I'm gonna just leave this alone and put this cover up back on because I can't.
Now see me, I'm going with it on.
And I love that for you.
Right.
And I still might bring it
Listen,
and wear
I
it.
bought 3 or 4 thong bathing suits for years. I just kept buying them. I said I'm gonna wear it.
And you never wore
I
it.
should have worn before I got in a relationship.
That's
That's the problem.
Yeah.
ahead and pack them up and send them my way. Okay? Because I am not in a relationship.
Speaking of, how was the pool party?
It was so fun. Was you supposed to come?
I just seen the
Oh, you like-
flyer.
Oh, everybody's been asking me about it because
No,
I
I
was
just seen the
alive.
flyer.
No, yeah, it was a vibe for sure. I had a good time.
I love the venue. I just hate driving all the way out there.
Yeah, and then getting drunk and yeah, but
Girl, the last time I
literally
went,
20 minutes
the
from
last time when I went to T Gaines, invite only pool party, the last one, my tire was flat. I had to pull over. Thank God I had brought to change clothes
No man,
because I would have been out there with my swimsuit cover up with my tire.
no man.
So,
I forgot we were on live.
today's show, we're talking about TV shows. Does anybody actually watch him or did y'all grow up watching him? Did anybody
Who?
watch
Yeah.
Sarah Jakes Roberts? You watch him?
I watched like my parents love TVJ.
Okay. So he recently talked about when he stepped down because he had a heart attack. Were you here for something about that?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you
No.
there?
No, I don't think so.
Well, he previously had a heart attack
Right.
when he was on stage.
Right.
And he later came out and, explained what happened and he went out to preach. But now, he is passing the baton onto his daughter and his son-in-law for them to run the church. And he's now going to do a podcast. He's still going to be
Active in the community.
yeah, he's going to be the board chairman and spiritual overseer, so he'll play his part, but he's significantly stepping down and allowing her to take the role.
Yeah.
But of course, there is conspiracy theory, and people are in that, because of everything going on with Diddy, that he's, taking a step out of the limelight, and that preparing himself because maybe something may be coming out and he's trying to protect his face and protect his reputation. Allegedly, is what people are saying, but at the same time, he is passing on his legacy, keeping it in the family, allowing his daughter to, run the church.
Yeah.
And Sarah Jakes Roberts, she is a phenomenal pastor. She really is. Like, she's dope. So then, in a recent interview on the podcast, actor Terrence Howard, who we know from Empire,
Right.
we might know him from, like,
Everything.
yeah,
You know it's hard.
Wayward Pines.
For a pill.
Wait,
not
you
looking
trying to get that
Hustle
Hustle
and
and Flow.
Yeah.
He done played in some of everything,
He
literally.
done played in a little bit
Yeah,
of
best
everything.
man.
Yeah.
Best Man
He
Home,
was
Best
in
Man
it.
Home.
He's a good actor.
Phenomenal
Yeah.
actor. So
Yeah.
now,
When you brought up Empire, that's gonna bring me to my point. If you watch
Yeah.
Empire, how he was.
okay, so yeah. So tell us during the show. So
Mhm.
now he's explaining that he turned down the role of Marvin Gaye because he didn't want to fake and kiss a man. It came out and he was doing his research behind the scenes. He asked Quincy Jones, about the religion. He heard that Marvin Gaye was gay, and Quincy Jones confirmed it. He was like, I cannot play that role.
With Marlon Brando.
Uh,
Apparently everybody slept with Marlon Brando.
okay.
Well, he said that, what's his name? He said that Quincy Jones said Marlon Brando would sleep with anything. And he slept with Richard Pryor. He slept with
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye, he did.
Oh, okay.
So he was like naming some names. That's what was in the article.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that he slept with those men.
Yeah, that Marlon Brando sleep with anybody. I mean, with anything. He said Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye, whatever. He just kind of like ran on with the sentence, but didn't specifically say, yeah, they slept together.
So Terrence is like, he cannot take it till he make it. And I'm gonna keep it real quick, but has anybody seen P-Valley?
Yes.
Who?
June, we waiting for the next season to come on.
We've been waiting.
She
I don't
kept
have no
leaving us.
control over
She kept
when it
leaving
comes out.
us to go
Yeah.
be on there.
P Valley?
Yeah.
So real quick, basically, long story short, in P-Valley, there's this actor who he is playing to be a gay man.
Yes.
And he
Terrence
is-
Howard?
No.
No.
Oh.
I'm just using this as an example.
Oh.
He's an actor, he's married to a woman,
Mhm.
but in this show, it's a very huge show, and he's playing, he's playing as
A gay man that's married to a woman.
No.
So.
He's just
he-
gay.
He's married to a woman in real life.
Oh, okay. Okay,
And
listen.
married to a woman in real life. On the show, he's playing a gay man.
Oh.
And a gay rapper in a relationship with another man.
Oh,
But in real life, he's a straight man. And
Yeah.
He's a married man to a woman, and things like that. So.
that's like in Modern like the guy that plays Cam.
I haven't seen
I don't
it.
watch that.
I haven't seen it.
But he's like, it's like scenes and everything, and he's
Yeah,
like
like, yeah, it's really.
not gay at all.
Yeah, like they be doing it.
Like I met him and he was like, this is my wife, introduced us to his wife and
Yeah.
everything at Essence Festival.
So I was just saying that to say, like,
It's a
he's,
problem.
in real life, he's a straight man, but he's stepping out of himself to play, you know, this role that's completely unlike him. And Terrence Howard is saying that he cannot do that. So you have two different types of actors.
Yeah.
Basically is what I was saying. And people are so confused that, like, how can you be on TV and you're, like, sexually active with another man? You're, like, it's not like light TV. It's like they be going in.
It's not, they finesse.
They be finessing.
They finesse, but-
So I'm just saying that to say, Terrence Howard, you know, people thought what he was saying was super homophobic, but what if he's just saying he wants to, some actors really have to really dive in and put their whole.
I think it's kind of both. I think like he could have said that without saying like he'll cut this off part, like, cause you can, as an actor or whatever, you can control what role you take. So if you decide you don't want to do that, that's your prerogative.
But he didn't have to do that.
But yeah, I feel like that's a little extra.
So, okay, so yeah, we'll talk about it. So then we're going back to prom season. We're kind of just gonna go through a couple of different unpopular opinions about prom. And y'all can share your, you know, your prom experiences. We're gonna pull up a tweet of what this lady said about prom. And we're kind of just gonna talk about it because prom season is, you know, right now, some proms are coming up for this weekend. And, last but not least, we're talking about, when love hurts more than it heals, and we're gonna have this. Well, let's have a great show. Let's have a great
May I
show.
have my brush?
Somebody said, why the comment said, all of this over iCarly? And I said, I was screaming.
Done. iCarly is hilarious.
Put it to my 7 o'clock.
Yes, she just saw what I sent y'all.
I couldn't believe that.
I couldn't remember your own Instagram.
It's alright, I saw it
page.
today. I saw it today.
I always leave my phone.
And I left comments. I didn't mean to leave comments. But I guess since I'm sharing all
To
my
get another one of these shirts.
opinions on here, I can say them online.
Another one of these shirts.
I'm being embarrassing on the live.
Right.
Forgot what was going on.
Listen, can you cut and screw some of that?
Okay.
You can plug it in if you can, whatever. I got you. Oh, Cadillac and gas money spent. Y'all can see I'm running out of clothes here. Mr. B, cut the shit, cut the shit. That Fashion Nova car waiting on Afro.
What's Fashion Nova? That's online.
Actually, no, I gotta love her relationship with them. They do this every time.
Not me.
Half of it fit and half of it don't.
You know what, I'm like that way. I'm like that way. I'm like that.
And then they always have sales, but like some of their stuff, like why it cost that much?
Yeah, that only happens to me with Pretty Little Thing, and I want to get
Yeah,
back
I like
on Pretty Little Thing so bad, but.
What's Pretty Little Things?
And see, Fashion Nova, I had bought a romper, whole thing bust on me in the club, and it was too big. So I was like, how did it bust?
This
It was like a one extra large.
Fashion Nova. You know who used to do me bad like that? Them little local boutiques. Every
Oh,
time I used to buy with them something from them, got a random hole in the armpit or somewhere.
What random
You gotta
boutique?
check them in so much.
Oh, local
So I
boutique.
used to go to a boutique in J Mart.
Oh.
Yeah, and Purple Glass. All
I had a purple glass on the tip of my tongue.
But
I went in there, but
I like some of the stuff that they be having. I just never shopped there.
Purple Glass need help though. They need help. There's ladies that cheap. She needs some imports, you know.
Oh, maybe I should wear it as it.
Maybe you should.
Everybody,
Hello.
First you want me to talk to
You feeling better today?
We're live.
And I have a crack with it better today?
Y'all, you need some content for me if we can grab that?
You know what I want?
right on set, we have sound, we have speed, count at 10. She's on there, talk to me.
Okay, beautiful people, we are back with this all new episode of Point of View, and we are so excited as usual to have our guest co-host Danielle joining us. Welcome back, girl. We're loving the hair, girl. I wish it was me. I'm a little jealous.
Girl, I thought you was gonna welcome me back.
Oh,
Girl, you out. Girl. Welcome back. Thank you for coming to work today. Listen, coming up on today's show, Judy and TD Jakes stepped down as lead pastor of the Potter's House, and Terrence Howard reveals why he turned down the Marvin Gaye biopic. And later, in Unpopular Opinion, we're talking all things prom, plus a little mind, body, and soul to round it out. So pull up a seat, join the discussion. You're watching Point of View. After suffering a mild heart attack last November, Bishop T.D. Jakes has officially announced that he is stepping down as pastor of the Potter's House after nearly 30 years. His daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts, and her husband, Teray Roberts, will take over leadership while Bishop Jakes remains as board chairman and spiritual overseer. Even though many view this as a well-earned retirement, others can't help but wonder if there's more to the story. It ain't my business, but what y'all think about it?
But we're gonna talk about it, okay?
well.
So the story goes, allegedly, Mr. Jakes has been seen with Mr. Diddy a lot in the past, and there are photos and there are videos, and he might, come out in this story once it all unfolds and unravels. Some things might be said, so I feel like he's stepping down and out of the way right now, trying to get ahead of the story.
I kind of agree. I see it both sides. It's definitely probably time for him to retire. He's been in the game a long time.
He has.
But all the stuff that's already come out a little bit with him and Diddy, I would take that step back too.
Right now, while it's safe. It's still safe right now, to step back.
It's been 30 years.
Uh-huh.
He has had a phenomenal, I don't know, do you call that a career as a pastor?
I think
would
so.
say he's
Yeah.
had a phenomenal career as a pastor, as a producer, in the film area. I mean, he's done really great things. And I think this is probably just a well-earned retirement. Even if all those things from before, I don't know, we don't know what happened. But we can't take away from the fact that he did some great work, and it's a time for him to retire, and that's a good thing. He passed it on to his daughter, who I hear
She's
is
great.
hands.
Yeah, I do want to, take a minute to highlight Sarah Jakes Roberts, because she is a mighty, phenomenal, powerful woman of God. And so even for the Potter's House, and, she's really advanced the ministry as well. And, one thing that Bishop Jakes was talking about is that the times have changed so much. And so, sometimes you need fresh blood coming in, we see this in content creation, we see this in film, we see it in all different areas where you kind of have to stay up to speed. And so, in a time where, he's getting older, he's slowing down. And so, I can't speak to what his sins or shortcomings may be. I know that we all have shortcomings. I do know that pastors and, prophets and people of the cloth are supposed to hold themselves to a higher standard. And so I really do hope that, a lot of these allegations are not true. People are lied on every single day. So, it's really a judge, not let you be judged. And
Would y'all look at him differently if these allegations do come back to
no,
be true?
I would look at him the same way I looked at him all of the years that I loved and followed Potter's House, as a human being who is not without sin, who is
And that's the thing, like you said, that they hold them to a higher standard. I think that's the thing, like, people do that with people in the ministry, but at the same time, they're human. So you can't expect, like, yes, they're supposed to be holy, they're supposed to, but like, no one is perfect regardless of who you are.
Right.
Pastor, preacher, whatever.
But
that
mistakes
doesn't
are
mean-
only mistakes one time.
Yeah, that doesn't mean
It becomes a
somebody
choice.
will fall, but I think
It was a choice the first time.
it's the repentance.
Yeah.
Is where it comes in at. Are you willing to repent? Are you willing to go to God and say, this is what I've done, to bear yourself, be introspective and say, this is what I've done, Lord, forgive me, and, get that repentance. I think that's where it comes down to. And yeah, not be a repeat offender over and over and over and over.
Right.
Even though it's 70 times 7, for forgiveness. But, grace, but then, you have some, you know, things up in there as well that you have to deal with those consequences. But I really hope it's not true. I don't want to hear that about him.
Yeah, the public is really having a hard time accepting that, you know, T.D. Jakes is putting his health first in this situation. So I'm not even gonna say I'm interested to see how this plays out. I really do pray that God gives him grace, you know, in this situation, and that we don't have to hear that he was in a baby oil scandal, because I don't even want to
please
That'll kind of tarnish his legacy a little bit, even though it shouldn't overshadow like everything he's done over the years.
Well, hey,
More than likely,
But it
we
shouldn't.
did it with Diddy.
right?
Diddy produced great music, he made great artists, and he, you know.
But we don't hold him to no kind of
we
standard.
never thought
we
we
never
never
held
it though.
Right.
Always a little weird.
Not wholly, but a mogul in the industry,
He
for
was
sure.
always a little
Well, a
weird.
mogul
though.
don't
Yeah,
make-
you would expect
make
that they
you
were having Diddy parties and all that. We know this.
He was there.
He was.
Who was it?
Lord.
TD.
TD
Jakes.
We don't know what
He was
doing.
there.
He wasn't
praying.
praying.
He wasn't praying
He
now.
was there trying to save souls.
Baby, the proof is in the pudding. We don't know what he was
What he
doing.
was
Now,
anointing
listen,
him with
you
the
know
baby
what
oil.
I want to know on another topic, I want to know, was Terrence Howard there? Because in a recent
He said no.
interview,
Whoa.
he recently said on a Random Club podcast that he turned down the Marvin Gaye biopic because he didn't want to fake it and kiss a man. He insists that it wasn't about homophobia, but fans were definitely raising eyebrows. Before we get into it, let's take a look at this clip.
Marvin Gaye was like, you would have been perfect as Marvin Gaye, and that is a story that needs to
I
be
will let
told.
you know what happened with that. I was over at Quincy Jones' house. I'm asking Quincy, I'm hearing rumors that Marvin was gay. That Marvin was gay. And I'm like, was he gay? And Quincy's like, yes.
Oh.
They would have wanted to do that, and I wouldn't have been able to do that.
No,
I cut my lips off.
yeah, no.
Okay. If I kiss some man, I would cut my lips off.
Well, I would not do that, but
I think it's interesting. We know that over the years, Terrence Howard has been very controversial and true to himself.
Yes.
And so I'm definitely not surprised that he said that. And I really don't take anything too much from it because, you know, I grew up in a house where, you know, my dad often said this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He would, you know, and for some people, you know, especially men that have to be so masculine, and I'm all for masculine men now, you know, but, you know, they just got the, you know, so, hey.
It's so sensitive these days, but I think that he can have his opinion. He can decide what roles he's going to take and not going to take. I think he kind of takes it too far sometimes, because you could have said, hey, I found out he was gay. I'm good on that. That's not the kind of roles I want to play. But the whole cutting off your lip, like, why you had to take it there? And if y'all ever seen Empire, I low-key feel like this is how he is, like, for real. Like, if you seen Empire when Jamal, he put the son in the trash can because he was wearing heels, like, it gives, like, that's kind of you in real life. Like, but he made it clear he was not at the Diddy party. He said, no, I'm not going.
He did say that one time he met with Diddy, I think at his house or something, at Diddy's house.
Is he the one
And
that
he saw what was going on.
And Diddy was like, you know, can you teach me, you know, acting and stuff? But he said he was starting to feel like, nah, this ain't really about no acting.
And somebody called him and told him what Diddy really wanted to do, and he said,
"Hey,
oh,
to the Nizzo."
won't
And
be
that
going
was
over there no more.
it. That's what he said. Done with that. Yes, John, that's what be happening out here in these streets.
He's very true to himself, though, like you said, though.
He's true to himself.
Yeah, I like Terrence. I don't feel like he was wrong in anything that he said.
It's just so sensitive, like everything, you have to be on your P's and Q's.
You feel like
when
he
you
was
talk about, no, like, the world, these times, these days, when it comes to, like, gay, homo, like, being homophobic, being, like, any little thing that group doesn't like, now you're being homophobic, now you're being, you know.
Yeah, I don't think he was being homophobic. I think he was being true to himself. Not everybody wants to be gay.
Yeah,
And I
Or
think
play a gay
that's
person.
okay.
Right.
Or play a gay person. That's okay to be that way. That's not everybody. Some people that's for,
If
some people
somebody
that's
reached
not.
out to y'all for a role to kiss a woman, would y'all
I don't
kiss a
want to do
woman?
that. No, and I don't want no boobies touching me. I don't
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
I don't want no woman lips
No,
touching
you
me.
be tripping about the booty. We take pictures every day after the show, and she's like, oh.
They used to do that to me in church. Everybody had big boobies, right? They have a pile up to the mic, and everybody's boobies like on my back. I said, oh, hey, you got to get them boobies up off me. So God want it.
Now, why do you think that there's a double
act,
standard? Now, why do you think it's like a double standard, though? Because it's low-key, like, okay for a woman woman to play gay. But then when a man does it, everyone automatically thinks he's gay in real life. It's a problem, it's an issue.
I think that sometimes they think the same about women when they do it as well. It's just a fantasy, you know, it's, you know, it excites them, so it's just like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? But, you know,
And then sometimes when you play that kind of role, when you play that kind of role, then that's the role, and that happens to a lot of, I think, black males, and that's why a lot of them say don't want to do it, because then they're put into that role all the time, and it's like they can't break out of that. Once they do it that one time, then that's what they're going to keep getting casted as.
Yeah, and I also think, you know, you see a lot of times with actors that, you know, they spend so much energy getting into those roles that sometimes they can't come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they're channeling a whole other spirit, especially when it comes down to something like, you know, a legend. You know, you want to, you know, personify that energy and all those things. Who knows? He would have might have been Marvin Gaye for real.
Yeah, you want to be real about the character. You want to bring it.
Yeah, so although Marvin Gaye is a legend, Terrence Howard cannot relate to his story. And so, I mean, I think that was very interesting. And, woo, Terrence, do your big one, honey. Say what you got to say. I think, but with this moment, though, it seems like maybe he was trying to have a Cat Williams moment. You know, they're kind of always looking for that clickbait. They want to say something with extra.
He would have been so good, though. He would have been so good because he's such a good actor.
I know it better not be that Michael B. Jordan. Okay, because I'm sick of him. We got to take a quick commercial break. Coming up right after this, we have Unpopular Opinion, Mind, Body, and Soul. Stay tuned when you're watching POV.
That was an unpopular opinion.
I don't know why it's exclusive, because it's not. Okay. Okay, let's take it away. Ooh, hey y'all, I'm back. You know, I got a question. So, y'all, what is a generic version of something that you would never buy?
I'm going to say NV Luxury Exclusive. That's the letter N, letter V. Luxury Exclusive skincare.
You know
Because
what?
it's organic. No, honestly, it's organic. It's natural. It's made well. And there's no corners being cut.
No,
and it
you
feels good.
I think you missed it.
And
It's what you would never.
No, and I would not do anything generic to replace that at all. Not for my skin.
Is that your
That's her
skincare
brand.
line?
Yeah.
I know that's excellent.
You
That's
better
excellent.
okay, yeah, she just.
Well,
I would not
Okay.
choose generic over it. I would
Well,
not.
I'm gonna take it to food, Heinz
Period, me
ketchup,
too.
and Hidden Valley Ranch, baby. I'm not buying nothing else if it ain't those two.
Okay.
Don't give me that other.
Okay.
No, baby, I'm telling you,
I want a
if
Kraft.
I see Hunts, I'm cutting up.
Hello?
I do not want Hunts
And
ketchup.
Kraft Ranch?
Oh.
Like, no.
Honestly, though, I do
Hunts
not.
ketchup.
I don't buy generic anything.
Period.
No,
You a name
I'm a
brand.
name
I
brand
do
girl,
in some
baby.
instances.
Yeah, they want to try me with no flecks of corn instead of corn flakes.
Right, you know.
Okay, well, y'all drop down in our comments and let us know what generic version of anything you would never buy. We would love to hear from y'all, and we're gonna get back to the show.
All right, 20 seconds, y'all. All right, we're gonna get started in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Welcome back. This is that part of the show where things might get a little controversial and where our views don't always line up as if they ever do. So
Right.
let's get into unpopular opinion. Okay, so y'all know it's that time of year again, prom season, but let's be honest. Prom today is nothing like it was back in the day. So today we're breaking down a few unpopular opinions about prom then versus now. Let's jump right in. Woo! First up, would you let your teen spend $1,000 on prom? I have a senior that should have went to prom this year. He did not go, but we were ready to roll the red carpet out. He didn't want to go,
Okay.
so. Yeah, but I got one going in 2 years, and I plan to break the bank.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
$1,000.
That's not, that's
on my
nothing.
teen, you're right, on my teen, like, is that just the dress? Because these dresses
But
are
the whole
expensive.
experience, because
Like, you gotta get the limo, like, you gotta get the nice car, you gotta get the car rental,
Hair,
you have to get the, yeah, like, is the teen a
Those
girl or a boy? Because the
Right.
girl is gonna come
She
with
gonna
that
cost some
stuff.
money. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's funny too, even, with that quick one, just thinking about then versus now, and so now we see these teens, I mean, they are rolling it out, I mean, they've got,
To a
legs,
T,
and
baby.
cleavage, the dress look like it's floating in the air, all these
Listen.
things going on. Exactly, but for this whole wedding, honey, and I hope you've got some chastity left. But, no, for real, but these parents be letting their kids stay out until the next day, they know they ain't coming home.
listen,
Okay.
maybe by the time I have a
That's
child and they
crazy.
go to prom, they're gonna be going in spaceships or something at this point. I don't
Listen.
even.
Is it just because of new times? Because I came home.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I
And we was not having no hotel.
Listen,
had a hotel.
My
listen,
dad
and
was
that's why I ain't gonna lie, you look like you had on tail.
Whoa, not too much.
She said with her
I my homegirl. Not too much.
No, I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying you look like you was able to finesse your parents.
But no,
I
my parents was actually like strict, but what I guess it was like, we'll let you have a little fun for prom. And me and my friends had got a room close to like where our little prom
It was any
or
boys
whatever.
there?
My parents watched the show. But, listen, when it was like people like make you come home though, one thing about it, Westgate hated to see my generation coming because
Oh, girl, I'm sorry,
homecoming, exactly, homecoming, prom. Best believe it was parties. People had rooms. They would spend the night, spending the weekend. Westgate hated to see us
But the
coming.
thing about it, even though they might have hated to see us coming, there was not no real fighting going on.
It was just loud music
Yeah, exactly. And I'm
and
sure
illegal drinking.
they would really prefer to have some of that today
Yeah.
than these kids with these five.
Hello?
But we came across this post on X that stated, getting your kids hotel room after prom is crazy. How do we feel about this?
I think that's crazy. Like, what do you need a hotel room for? We could just have, like, rent something else out that's not a room with beds and sofas in there, with some chairs and tables, and everybody, you can go to the after party and have that after prom. Or
But you know they wanted them kids
Or
want to
walk.
smoke that vape pen.
or they
Or the other stuff.
Lord, exactly.
I don't think I don't think I will be getting my child, any type of hotel room, just because I feel like that automatically, like, it just opens the door to too much to happen, like, I came home after prom, baby, you're coming home.
Then the stigma after prom, like especially if you go with a date or that's like in your relationship, and
It's automatic, like, in my mind, I think you're going to have sex.
Listen, I know plenty of people,
wait.
not to speak to the kind of people that I used to know, because I don't know them
Oh.
no more. But I knew plenty of people back in the day that was their story. They got pregnant on prom night. I'm sure you guys
Yeah.
were in.
I'm sure that's a great story to tell.
It is
And
not,
they're-
baby.
they're still
When that man
together.
go up on that basketball
No,
scholarship, baby, you
that's
never
what I'm saying.
heard
That's
that
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure it would be a great story to tell if it was,
Oh
like
God.
something long term. But to get pregnant on prom night and then you end up a single mother.
child.
Yeah, but what about prom fashion? Did we feel like it's changed? for
It's
better or for worse?
overboard. First of all, it's just a lot. But even just this generation dress differently anyway. But like it's so revealing. It's so like they look grown as heck.
Oh, wow.
Lord,
Some of them aren't even revealing though. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
No,
like,
not
some
all
of
of them.
some
How come they
girls
don't
dress
do this
like
on the
this.
Rappers, no, they're beautiful, but they're not age appropriate.
Correct. That's the point I was trying to make.
What are
She
they?
looks
Like
gorgeous
18,
though.
17? Are they 17, 18 years
Yeah,
old?
But
like-
the new 17, 18 year old look like this anyway.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
Sad to
but-
say.
That's
But
what
you
I'm
know,
saying. So like, what is
They 30.
what is age appropriate for a
Age
17,
appropriate, let me tell
18
you,
year
let me
old?
show you. I'm wearing what's age appropriate for 17, 18 year old.
Probably get out of
Let
my
me tell
face.
you, when I went to prom, this is what we had to wear.
Stop
A
it.
shawl.
A shawl.
This is what we had to wear. You know,
You telling our age, you telling our age.
My mama raised me up right
Why
there.
does grandma want me to wear a shawl so bad? I said,
They swear you was gonna get
absolutely
cold.
not. I swear I did not wear that shawl. She wanted me to wear it so bad, and I was like, no, Martha, no, I'm not wearing it.
We had to wear it. You was bad.
It's just different.
But listen, what advice would you give your 17-year-old prom self? I don't have no advice to give mine because I ain't had no worse. I went to about 6 proms in 2 years.
I did
man.
too.
Right,
I
I
was
did
everybody
three.
day.
I
only went to
went to
one. I only went to mine.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even want to go, like, especially like as a junior and all that stuff. I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go my senior year.
Well, no, I was in prom as a freshman.
Girl.
I went to a bunch of proms. I just like, yeah,
all my
yeah.
sister's friends was like, my sister was
Yeah.
a year, 2 years in school older, she was a year older than me in age.
Yeah.
All her friends went hand on that. Yeah, you gonna buy my dress?
Right.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I went to prom in New York. I went to
Girl.
prom at, well, here, of course, a couple here. I remember with 8th grade, 11th grade, I was going to proms and
You went
proms.
to somebody prom in the 8th when you was in the 8th grade.
Yes, 8th grade.
Anyway, social. Yeah.
8th grade. You didn't have an 8th
I thought she
grade.
meant like she went to like a 9th grade, like a high school prom when she was in the 8th
Oh,
grade.
oh,
Because she said 8th grade.
That
That's 8th
would
grade.
have been age
I
appropriate.
did go to a high school one, but I don't think I was in 8th grade. I think I was in like 9th or 10th grade
Okay.
by then, yeah.
Tell me
I
something.
think so. But I mean, I wouldn't give myself any advice other than have fun, because that's what I
Right.
did. I had a
Right.
really
Live
great
your
time
life.
and just had a real, I had fun.
We gotta move on to the next
Yes, I'm
segment, but I
sorry.
do want to say really quick. Do y'all remember this was I wore this about everybody prom. You know that style back in the day we used to call it the raw digger, where you had your hair with the hump on the top and ponytail on the back.
I never had a raw
They
digger.
might have called it a snooki, but raw digger was a rapper at the time.
No,
That was her
not Rod
hairstyle.
Digger or Smith, but we did have the little hump in the front and the little knot twist and stuff.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
same
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
same thing,
I
baby,
didn't
different
have
day.
it.
But it's time to move on to our final segment of the day. Let's get into mind, body, and soul. Okay, so what if I told you that a lack of love could actually shorten your life?
What?
A new study says that people in emotionally unsupportive relationships face a 42% higher risk of dying within the next decade. Jesus. It's that serious. So let's talk about it. Is staying in the wrong relationship more dangerous than leaving? If it's a 42% chance you about to die, y'all do the math real quick.
Yeah, it's
Stress
definitely
and
more
heart attacks.
dangerous.
Yeah, people really die from stress, from having
That's
too
right.
much stress. It
Stress.
weighs on your health eventually.
Anxiety, depression,
Yeah.
and it does. It manifests itself physically, and your blood cells feel all this stuff. I remember when I was going through something, I went to a nutritionist, got myself checked, right? Because I was trying to be healthy and under all this stress. And you can see like the cancer cells, pre-cancer cells, they look like gauntlet balls. And you can see all these things like a few here, occurring because you got to get your stress down, because you will manifest these into physical issues.
So how do you recommend letting your stress down?
Well, getting your stress down, yes, letting it down. I mean, you're going to have to figure out how to get past the issues or how to deal with them more constructively so your stress levels can come down. You got to talk about it.
I recommend boxing, lady.
That's a good one.
Go to the boxing
Physical
gym.
exertion.
Okay, can they do something that's free? What can they do free?
Well,
Run,
boxing's not
walk,
that expensive, but yeah, they could walk. You can walk.
Get a
Turn on some
dog.
music.
dance.
Music is so like
You know what
healing.
what I did want to say
Yeah.
really quickly to what you were saying, Raquel, about talking about what the cancer kind of looked like in people's body, and it's so crazy to think about it because I saw something the other day that was saying that tumors like in your body is actually your body's trying to heal itself. And so what it does is when these cancerous cells or things are in the body, the tumor is what the body creates to kind of house it somewhere. And so they said that most people don't die from cancer, they die from cancer treatment because the tumor has housed those cells, and then when they say, hey, we want to go in and test them to see if they're cancerous, they have to lance it. And when they cut it a little bit, they're letting it out.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so that's why it's so important, to figure out what is the necessary steps for you to really lower, whatever's going on, lower your stress levels, things like that, because your body, the stress is going somewhere in your body, whether we feel it or not. When we're screaming and yelling and so upset that you feel something happening in your eyes, something happening in your chest,
Right.
and we think that because we get over it that it just went away. But
No.
what if
You
it just
have
went
to release
somewhere
it.
and now your body is creating something to house it, and now you have a cancer
Because you can feel your body inside when it tightens up. It sends your
You get
organs
tense,
and everything
yeah.
is tensed up. And sometimes people are so used to staying that way, they don't even realize they're just adjusting to the stress, and it's literally killing them.
And it's so crazy too because I remember growing up, my mom, she had 4 kids. She was a single parent after my dad, but anyways. So she used to say all the time, I ain't gonna let y'all kill me. Y'all know black mom say, I ain't gonna let y'all
But Hispanic mamas too. My mother was one for saying like, my mother was one for saying like, y'all not gonna do nothing when I die. Like y'all not gonna say nothing to me when I die. Like when I die.
You're
girl.
right. You won't be able to say
Still
that.
here.
It's always when I die.
Thank God she's there.
Okay.
It's so crazy to think about that. And so what they're saying, because I'm like, what are you talking about? We're not gonna kill you. But what she's saying is the stress that she felt. She felt like something was happening in her body, and you feel like you're about to explode when you're saying, no, you're not gonna kill me. So we do have to control that. But that's a wrap for today's show. Before we go, here's a quote of the day from Alice Walker. Don't wait around for other people to be happy for you. Any happiness that you get, you gotta make it for yourself. Thanks for spending time with us. Catch us here weekdays only on Afro TV. Good night.
Good night. It was good.
Thanks for coming in. Yeah. Only on Afro TV.
It wasn't that bad.
It was not.
It was real close.
I think people come to expect it because
Yeah.
we're still trying to finish up.
We was in good combo.
Yeah.
I never like wearing a shawl either.
My mama be asking me that to this day. You don't need a shawl, you need something for your arms.
My
Girl,
girl,
no.
it's cold. You're not gonna be cold.
Girl, no. You be cold, I be hot.
Listen, but you know what? I wonder, thinking back now, I wonder if always having the protection of the shawl. I never had big arms then, but my family has big arms. I wonder if that's made me self-conscious about my arms. I'm very self-conscious about my arms.
No.
Yes. Yeah, like, don't worry about it, because I'm gonna be a millionaire soon, and y'all gonna see me come to work like this, baby, because I'll be like, hey, arm like, hey! I'm like, thanks for joining me over there.
Friend, please.
Hey, about to go to Arm Lipo. I think the guy's name is in Tampa. It's Arm Lipo something, baby. But
That's
I have
a problem.
one
Not
on
enough
my
girls
ears
get
though.
arm lipo.
Yeah, they
But
get
it
it
just
everywhere
gets the
else.
butt.
Exactly. And then wherever you don't get lipo at, that is where your fat goes to. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So if you got a lipo on the stomach and the fat goes to the,
First, it goes everywhere.
will it adjust
So
itself?
it goes everywhere else where you haven't had lipo.
Ugh, you don't want that.
You gotta find somewhere to go. Yeah.
Lord. My brother got his body done, and I was like, maybe.
Which brother, the beautiful one? I mean, they all beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Cassius is not doing
No,
nothing.
they all
He's
good.
a twig.
They
He's
all-
not doing nothing.
They all look good, but that other one, he looked like baby. Me
My
this
older
face
brother?
done
When you
My
said
older brother?
Miami, I was like, uh-oh,
He's
there's a
had-
one reason to go to Miami.
No, he's had his nose done.
too. Okay, not his
Yeah.
jaw.
No, just his nose.
See what's happening over here.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 whole people.
You gotta go there?
Hey, Arizona!
You bartend too? I just started. I'm like, real.
Where you at?
Girl,
You fun?
the Legion. You don't know.
Ah!
Don't
If
sound
you
right.
know, you know.
Lord.
Don't sound right.
It's by the fairground. It's like an
Wait,
old,
so
but
they
they
gon-
known for strong.
They don't
ass
do that,
drinks.
but you be like, baby, baby.
No, when I asked one of the bartenders about it, she said, turn around, she said,
You gonna make some money.
Oh, she did.
But it's real like not downtown, like baby, we can't even barely wear our stomach out, no super short shorts.
You ain't got to
no
worry,
nothing.
baby, because you don't need nothing. You gonna be like,
So my daddy be mad, but I'm like, sir, if I was bartending like downtown or something, I have like little to nothing over here. I be fully clothed,
Right.
jeans and everything, and them men still be. Let me see your left finger. You married, sir? Please leave me alone.
Well, that's good.
It's fine though.
Want to be found attractive with clothes on. You be insulted because without clothes, you be like, well, wait a second.
Wait a minute,
Why you did that?
because it was in the way.
You gotta straighten it up. I said, now why he ain't straighten this up? Thank you.
glory to glory.
You all, every time you be having something, and I did go watch Sister Act too.
Okay.
The next day last week.
Okay. All right, Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris over there look like a
Mr.
very
Harris.
creative man. Mr. Harris look like he a painter. You a real photographer, huh? Mr. Harris said he in his creative bag. Don't play with him.
don't even know.
Oh, wow,
Y'all got
okay.
my thick ass standing next to
Well,
Jody.
hey, I be like, oh, I be sucking it so bad, my stomach be hurting. Somebody
Shut up, Tally.
I'm glad. Hey, hey.
It's out the way with
What? Yeah! Dude.
I'm gonna have somebody.
We gonna get them numbers up.
She loves long from
But hey, that's something.
Progress. I think my baby Helen.
I saw my baby was finna be a millionaire right now. I'm finna take you big girl shopping, baby. Yeah.
She ain't gonna blame. Cause she's been begging to do those. Can I go? Can we do one of those? I can get everything I touch. Real soon.
Have y'all ever, this is for everyone, have y'all ever met somebody before, right? And the first time you met them, they kind of like made it, like it was just like, okay, hey, how you doing? But then later on in life,
Yes.
like 2 years later, not even two, like maybe like 4 or 5 years later, you see them again, and you're in such a better space, and you see that they're not really like as poppin' as they once was, and now it's just like, oh hey, oh my god, like, wow, like you on a show, like I see you doing this shit, like you on TV, like this, what's up?
What's your thought?
I had that moment while I was.
Was it a girl?
It was a girl.
Wow.
And she approached me like that, like, and I'm just like,
No, baby, thought I was
I
nobody.
remember. No, it's really. I remember you home.
Oh, wow.
it just gave me like, what do you want? Like, what do you want? Cause why you ain't see it before?
But I can show you how thirsty she is, man, because what you judge, you get for anyway.
Cause if I judging, like she was in a situation, or
But if
like,
I had nothing going on, baby,
You know,
I still am who I am.
Hi, friends.
We're not gonna see you before you leave?
Yeah, no, I'll be here next Tuesday.
Oh,
I
okay.
leave Thursday.
Oh, okay.
You better tie that hair down so it look brand new when you get there.
yeah, cause it looks really good.
Yeah.
Thank you, bye.
Bye. I gotta get rid of this thing. I don't got too
That
much
one
stuff
good
to match this.
Glory to
Did I
glory.
One good time?
What? Yeah, it's always,
Okay, good.
always.
Just
Just
leave
all this pink she said, but then she didn't put on.
Okay.
I told her, I said, just in love.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like,
Just
who's
leave
in love with Judy?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Myself, the Lord.
You don't love nobody?
My cat.
Like, nobody?
Mr. Harris.
We all love Mr. Harris.
Exactly.
I don't love Harris.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Mr. Harris is so easy to love.
He is.
he is.
I don't love him.
Why is everything with you so complicated?
Are you doing anything today?
Yes, I'm gonna set up.
Why do you make it
Okay,
hard
I can help you with that.
Yeah? Okay, thank you. I'm gonna set up in here this time.
This time,
Yeah, the green room was okay.
but
I think ambiance is better in here. Yeah. Okay. Say it again. Do I have a box or something?
yeah, we leaving the lights on for you?
No, those, I don't need it for there.
You just gonna shoot it with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna just shoot it with the regular light. I don't think I need the other light. If I do, I'll bring it down from upstairs, but I didn't use it.
But no, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't use it because it was so much. I was like, oh, I don't even need it.
Yeah, just keep it the long way it's running.
Where am I going? I done left my box.
You following me.
I know. I done left my basket. I can't even go nowhere. Ooh, I should have taken these shoes off. I'll give y'all the view I'm looking at. Miss Judy. We'll get some poses from her. Well, nobody wants to touch the napkin, huh?
I didn't come out my house.
See you later. Good night. See you tomorrow. So that's it for today. So now I have podcast tomorrow. So I'm getting ready to go set up for that. Thank God I got some help. Because when the show is over, people are out of here. Parking lot empty so fast. So they, dang. Where they running to so fast?